at the Hurstbridge versus Research second semi-final. We'll join you live now. Your commentators are Chukka Wilson and Cliff Jones.
Justin. Hi, I'm Chukka Wilson, and welcome to the Channel 8 second semi-final football presentation. We're just seeing the victors of the second semi-final of the Under-13 Division 2 match, Research versus Hurstbridge. The final scores of that were Research 10-8-68 to Hurstbridge 2 goals 5-17. And now, as we can see, the Hurstbridge team of the Under-15s Division 2 second semi-final, also between Hurstbridge and Research, as they're coming out. There they go. And here come Research. Hurstbridge ended up top the ladder, undefeated. Research did not. Here come the umpires, out wearing the very traditional orange uniforms. Cliff Jones will be joining me in the commentary box in just a second. But until then, Chukka Wilson, will be doing it myself. As the Hurstbridge and Research players begin to take their places and the first quarter is about to start, I welcome Cliff Jones into the commentary box. Hello, Cliff.
It's lovely to be here. Hello, and hello viewers too. It's cool conditions, overcast, a couple of small spots of rain, but the ground's still reasonably firm, and we should be in for an excellent match here today.
It has been threatening to rain lately, and there's a lot of rain over in the
North.
The north, okay, the north, but it's nice and sunny and blue in the south, so depending on which way the wind's blowing, we could get a rainy or a sunny contest later on today.
I think it's going to stay overcast, and we're always in readiness for the bounce of the ball. Ruck for Hurstbridge is Boyden. I just can't see the number of the Research player, but
probably be it might be Brett Middleton, the tall guy.
Okay. And in there as well we can see Cameron Craig for Research, Jesse Howe for Hurstbridge, Ada Neal for Hurstbridge, and quite a lot of tension in the rooms before the match.
And here we go.
There's the siren. Umpire settles himself, bounces the ball. It's a good bounce. Middleton does well. Howe's quickly onto it. Players throwing themselves in quite quickly there. Strong play by Research. And
a ball up.
That was Vasilin, I think. And a rebounce. Craig in there for Research. A handball comes out to Johns of Hurstbridge. He gets a handball away to Neal of Hurstbridge. A kick down to the forward line. It's off hands. Goes towards the boundary line and out of bounds. Will be thrown in the... probably what's the western end of the ground. Huskinson's reserve, the creek end. In comes the throw in, drops a little short, and it's Hurstbridge wins a tap out, but in the back there to Harrison of Research.
That didn't look like
there was a little bit of contact made, and Harrison comes out with the free kick. He goes wide, but the pass is intercepted there. And it's Orvad who takes the mark in front of his Research opponent. He looks to centre the ball, goes across looking for Boyden, tapped away from him, picked up by Research's Van der Leesen, but he snags. Again, Shaw gets the ball. Then Research work the ball out with a quick kick on the left foot, going out towards the outer side. Good pick up by Research, and he dragged off his kick. That was Ben Flanagan, the captain.
And out of bounds again.
Good pressure though by Hurstbridge, not let him get away.
Yes, this is going to be a very interesting contest. We've talked about in the pre-match about what the conditions will do and how the ball skills will affect the game.
And it's Middleton against Boyden. Boyden wins out this time. Nearly picked up by Gurguk. There's a tackle there, and the umpire's calling for the ball. My ball, he says.
Bit of a premature ball up. They could have played for another couple of seconds.
Probably the umpire is keen to assert the authority. In there is Farquhar. Picks up, gets a handball about to Jesse Howes. Over towards Jackson Bellingham. He can't take it. Picked up by Neil. Gets a handball to Howell. Over there to...
And that's got to be ball up.
He's grabbed with the ball. Umpire calls for it. Ball again.
That was justified.
Middleton again. Even Stevens there. Boyden gets a quick kick out of the pack. Doesn't go far. Ball comes out to Bellingham, who's swung off the kick. Couldn't get his hand pass away. The pack develops. Out towards Aiden. He gets a kick. Bellingham chops it off. He looks for an option and is dragged just a little bit over the shoulder and will come up with a result of free kick. He goes short in towards a leading McDougall. Research cut it off though and worked the ball out of the pack. Picked up by Hurstbridge and a quick kick by Grimes down towards the half-forward flag. Marq is in there. Comes out to Hurstbridge, but he's tackled solidly. Good pick up there by Van der Leesen. He goes onto the right foot. Looking and it's... who is that player there? It's Bellingham wins the ball out. Gets a handball. No, he doesn't. It's Neil picks up. And he's forced to kick on the left foot. Looks an option wide. Plays for the free kick perhaps, but no free kick. Picked up by Research and centre the ball. They've got a few options here. 21 is Rock. Couldn't take the mark. But 17 is Grimley.
Hurstbridge under pressure here.
Picked up by Pearson, I think that was. We'll find.
And the first score of the match. Well, Cliff, I was watching the under-13s game and it was very muddy out there. Will that come into play?
Yes, well, it's only going to get more heavy as the day wears on. Bellingham's kicking in, finds Aidan Neal. He goes on the right, his kick drops short. Farquhar tries to mark, but he's beaten to it by Harper jumping in. He quickly goes to Wallace on the left foot. Goes towards Researcher's goal, picked up well by Flanagan. Gets a handball away. Flanagan is still there battling out. He's tackled now and can't get rid of it. The umpire calls my ball and will bounce to restart the match. Up goes the ball. Boyden and Milton, tapped out by Boyden this time. In goes Marq there, tries to tackle along the ground. Ball comes out, gets the handball. Research get the handball out. Jackson Bellingham, handballs to Neil. He's dispossessed by...
and a bad
Neil.
kick, out of bounds on the full. No, just out of bounds.
Just out of bounds. And so Research playing very well at this stage.
Research really applying the pressure at the Hurstbridgians.
Throw-in's going to be some 20 metres around from the Research goal. And it will be Boyden for Hurstbridge. Gets the tap out and gives it a whack towards Hurstbridge way. Grimes tries to kick off the ground. Marq is in there. Picked up by Harper and he was slung without the ball and will take the free kick. He's off. Wheels around onto the right foot, looking for an option, but chipping in there is Boyden from Hurstbridge, takes the mark to repel the attack.
Nicely marked.
He goes short, looking for Farquhar, but chipping in was a Research player. Comes out, Johns with the ball, gets a handball. Harper now. No, it's Neil for Hurstbridge. Harper gets it back. Over to Vatusen, gets a handball. And Research with the numbers there, working the ball around the flank. Picked up Boyden, throws it on the foot to Johns. He's forced to play on and can only promote the ball another 20 metres around towards the Hurstbridge goal.
They're playing brilliantly, Research, really applying the pressure and getting it forward.
Right on the true wing position. In comes the ball. Middleton and Boyden. Either way, out pass by Farquhar now. And there is Gierguk in hard. Farquhar picks up, goes onto the right, gets his kick away. And Damarti leading the chase there of Van der Niesen comes down to Johnson. Oh, is that a free kick? No.
Yes, ball up. Nothing there.
Thought perhaps it might have been in the back, but ball up is the call.
He slid down to get the ball.
Middleton and Howell contest the ruck out. Research getting numbers back. Research get the kick out. Farquhar and Harper. Harper in front. Slung off the ball was Flynn. And Research still with the numbers at the pack. It's Vanderloosen. Lytusen gets the ball out. Hayden Neal, can't get his kick away. Good contest. Wallace gets the ball, and does he drop the ball? No, he doesn't.
Whoa.
Ball up.
That looked like either ball or man.
Well, umpire called for his. Gurgle gets a kick out. And Research with a good position here, and it's Meal picks up. Gets the handball out to the captain, Flanagan. Goes on the left foot. Doesn't get very far, and it's a race towards the boundary line. Marq and Flanagan. Marq picks up, throws the ball out. Neil is in there too. Comes to Grimes. He looks for his options. Goes to centre the ball, and it's Johns at the back of the pack. Gets a tap on. He's hotly contested by Duff, and Duff comes out with a free kick for too high. There's the kick. Finds a loose man, and that was Craig. Craig on the right. And it's Mitchell gets the punch away. And then follows up, gets a handball away, but Research still with the numbers there. 24 was Wallace gets a handball out. And now back into the pack. Research scramble a kick away. Bellingham playing a kick behind the game. Goes on the left to look for opponent, for a teammate. Doesn't find the teammate, and it's cut off. Could be by Gurgle, perhaps. He goes long. Grimes at the back of the pack takes the mark. Virtually uncontested.
Hurstbridge aren't playing well in these conditions. It's just a matter of Research executing with a couple of goals and really putting the pressure on.
Research seem to be going in a bit harder at this stage. That looks like Aidan Neal goes on the inside out check side kick and finds a player down there.
Another shot at goal for Research, and Hurstbridge haven't got one.
A slight angle, and it's Darcy Barden. He's not very far out, probably 15 to 20 yards out. Pretty well directly in front, maybe a slight angle.
The lead is only 1 point at this stage, but a goal will really hurt Hurstbridge.
It's offline.
Hurstbridge 0-0-0, Research 0-2-2.
And it'll be Johns to bring the ball back into play for Hurstbridge. His wobbly kick taken by good play by Hooper there. Gets the handball out, but it's Johns again.
Great play.
Johns again.
Great play by
He
John.
goes round the wing. It's up to Marq of Hurstbridge, but he's facing two. He was facing two Research opponents. Vanderloosen comes out to Harper. He gets a handpass to Gerguk. Back to Vanderloosen and goes in short to Tom Shaw. He's on the right foot going wide, playing the switch. Back inside, nice turn there, and on the left foot. And picked up by Rock again there. And again, the Hurstbridge defence under plenty of pressure. Comes out to the captain, Flanagan, who is paid a trip for, he seemed to do a blind turn in mid-air and come down on the ground.
I haven't seen this Hurstbridge defence get tested so much this entire season than what they have in this game.
Interesting decision. There was, I don't know what he tripped on, whether it was a tripped on a foot or a hand. However, he fell over in the process of his blind turn. He's a bit further out, 25 yards out, on a bit of an angle. It's a nice looking kick though.
And it's a goal. Should mark that in.
He fell over in the process of his blind turn. He's a bit further out, 25 yards out, on a bit of an angle. It's a nice looking kick though.
And it's a goal. Should mark that in.
25.
25. That's Ben Flanagan has one goal, and we don't know who kicked the behinds.
No.
Incredible start here, Cliff.
Well, incredible or credible? I think it was always going to be close. Hurstbridge.
Oh, but the sun's coming out now. That should help the Hurstbridge, who aren't great in the wet conditions.
It's not a great ball up. Johns wins it down. He backs back out of trouble. Gets a hand pass out to Hal. Looks for Orvad. Has the ball kicked away from him by Hooper. Picked up by Hal. He's in all sorts of trouble. Gets a hand pass. Orvad onto the right foot. Research players battling in hard there. Gurgle gets the kick. Goes across the ground, and
Hurstbridge looked better that time.
Damazzi versus Duff. Duff gets the points on this occasion. Goes right out here for Wallace there. Gets the kick on the right foot. He's in turn looking for Meal and Barden. And it'll be a free kick to Barden, I feel.
A lot of free kicks for Research.
I don't think Hurstbridge has had one yet. And it's that will be Grimes in the way. He's gone over to the outer side looking for Hal. Hal can't take the mark, but in there quick was Griggle. Hal gets the hand pass away looking for Bellingham, who dives on the ball. Picked up there by Research, and pack developed. Going to have to be balled up. Research putting good pressure on, and in the ruck here, it looks like it could be
about 14 minutes in, Cliff.
No, not Flynn. He didn't participate. Pack again develops, and this time out of bounds, so will be thrown back in. So plenty of tension at the moment. There's the throw in. Hurstbridge win the tap away. The quick kick from Research doesn't go far. Plenty of pressure. A lot of players around the ball. Picked up well by Research. Gets a handball to Wallace. Was that thrown out? No. Play on. In there is the student. Comes back out. Here's the captain, Flanagan. Oh, good hand pass to... That was Aidan Rowe there. Putting through that one from 20 metres out. And taking Research along to 2-2. Hurstbridge yet to score.
Well, exceptional start by Research. They're applying the pressure, getting it forward, and they're executing by getting 2 goals.
Yes, Hurstbridge really haven't shown any sign of the flare that left them top of the ladder for the home and home round. Even contest again, but well roved there by Vlaston. Ball's gone wide outside. There's a free kick. It'll be to Johns.
First free kick for
First free kick for Hurstbridge. Johns plays on and looks for the long lead, and failing to take the mark.
Did everything but take the mark.
And the kick comes out, but it's Neil takes the mark in the centre for Hurstbridge. He's gone wide. Farquhar's there, Howell's there, and but it's Howell takes the ball, runs, gets his kick away, and it's Johnson backing back
and a great mark.
Lands on his.
He had to take the ball. He was running backwards towards the goalpost, and there was a Research player right in front of his face, and he took the mark nicely.
And Johnson it is who popped through the much-needed goal.
And that's the first score for Hurstbridge in this incredible second semi-final. Hurstbridge 1-0-6, Research 2-2-14 in about the 16th minute mark.
Bit of pushing and shoving there in the forward line. Atkins and Rock. And umpire about to rebound the ball. Research runner going out to the
forward line.
To the defence.
The defence, yes. The Hurstbridge forward line.
One out by Boyden. Howell to Boyden and gets a long kick down to the forward line.
Can they get a second goal?
Atkins, but Research clear. Aidan Neal takes the mark for Hurstbridge.
Excellent stuff there.
Probably a little too far out to score a goal. He pops the ball in short, looking for Boyden. Neal backs up, but quickly picked up by Vandal Leeson. His kick smothered. over there to Hooper. He's kick smothered. The ball's tapped out towards Howe, but he's beaten to the ball.
Gotta get some space to kick the goal.
Oh, good. Hurstbridge with a run, but unfortunately Wallace couldn't pick it up. And a pack develops. Hurstbridge trying to bottle it up. Wallace gets a quick pick off the ground, and in there also is Duff. Research again with a quick handball, and that's good play out there to, was it Rowe, found Barden, who's been a bit elusive for Mitchell at this stage, giving Mitchell the run around. And he's
We're into the 18th minute.
reasonably wide on that members side of the ground.
This will really hurt the Hurstbridge.
He kicks. It's a cross. No, it's a goal. It's a goal.
Oh dear.
Good goal to Barden there.
Goal to Barden. So 3 goals for the Researchians in the first quarter. What an exceptional start for them. Fighting to stay in this 2006 season.
Certainly plenty of pressure there on the Hurstbridge back line.
Have they ever conceded 6 goals in a match before?
Change has been run in the back line. A Research win the tap out and bundle the ball forward. Picked up by probably Rock, but I'm not too sure. Don't think that player is in the book actually. And it's Hurstbridge defending grimly. Gets it out towards DeMarcy. He's pushed aside by Research. The ball comes back to possibly Wallace, gets a handball. Looking for Vlatson. His handball's intercepted. Kicked out. Research trying to defend. Bellingham tries to smother. Not successful. Right in the teeth of goals. Another goal here would certainly put the cat amongst the pigeons. Bellingham gets a handball, but taken by Harper. He goes backwards looking for a teammate. Good tackle there, pulls Research off the... Was that in the back? Yes. In the back to Flynn. He goes towards goal, but Boyden's in the way for Hurstbridge and takes them out. He's gone on to the different tactic. He's on the members side this time. Howe unable to take the mark, but butters up well. Tries to get the ball out to McDougall. Can't get the ball out to McDougall as Research get numbers for the ball.
This isn't Hurstbridge's favourite ground. They did lose the grand final last year to Diamond Creek. Now they're losing to Research in the first quarter. 20-minute mark.
Research, Middleton wins the tap out, and in there is a pack developing. Research scragged there, but gets a handball out, forcing the ball forward there. There's the captain, Flanagan, pushing the ball forward at all costs. Another kick to Research, gets the ball forward, picked up by Barden, gets the handball out, but intercepted by Marq. The ball comes back towards Course, I think that is, but he's tackled.
Tense stuff.
And there'll be a ball up.
Just 10 metres away.
10 metres away from the goals. Barden and Boyden in ruck. Try saying that on a busy night. Handball out, comes towards Duff, but his kick drops short, lands in the arms of Mitchell.
Can't afford to concede any more points in this quarter.
He goes long, doesn't find a target though, and it's Wallace, I think, gets the quick away. Back into all the free kicks going one way.
Oh dear. Well, we saw this last year with Anton Woods getting a heap of free kicks.
It's Orvad taking the mark there strongly.
Again, Research getting a lot of free kicks.
And Hurstbridge just pumping it forward though. They're not really much system in bringing the ball downfield. Nice pick up by Glenderson. He's got a bit of space now and beats the tackle, but chipping in is DeMarcy, who goes long,
and they can't get a goal. So, the end of the first quarter, we've got Hurstbridge 1-0, 6 to Research 3-20. Teams huddling up here, and we'll catch you back for the second quarter. As the teams begin to get into position to start the second quarter, it's time to read out the team sheet. Hurstbridge, the coach is Colin Orvad, team manager Tony McDougall, runner Graham Marks, and club colours navy blue and yellow. Research, the coach is Grant Barden, team manager Phil Rock, runner Rich Grimley. Their colours maroon, yellow, white. So, Cliff, how do you feel this match will pan out? The sun's starting to go behind some clouds now.
Well, this next quarter will tell the tale. I think Hurstbridge need to get back in the match and be closer in front at half-time. Otherwise, Research will feel they have a real chance of causing a boil-over.
Do you feel Hurstbridge might need to take some risks to be able to get back in the lead and start to try to put pressure back on the Researchians?
I think they need to look at their team plan and have a look at where they're breaking down. Then the centre bounce, it's going to be Middleton and Boyden. It's a poor bounce. Research win the tap out. Taken by Howe, gets a quick kick on the right. Players streaming onto the ball. Research first to pick it up there. Tackled solidly and brought to the ground. The umpire will call for it. And it'll be a bounce some 40 yards out from the Hurstbridge goal. There's the ball. Middleton wins the tap out for Research. Gets the ball over to Shaw. Shaw kicks it forward. Not very far. Picked up by Farquhar of Hurstbridge. Gets the hand pass out. Can't break clear. Research with a quick kick out of the pack. Grimes for Hurstbridge overruns the ball, but then nice hand pass with an option wide. Rowe picks up and takes off onto the left foot. And looking for the full forward, but Mitchell there in front for Hurstbridge, able to spoil Darcy Barden. Barden wins out, gets the handball away, and he's been given a free kick for something. Didn't see what that was for. But,
another free kick
Barden
to Research.
with the ball on the clubroom side of the ground. Probably too far out to score, but he'll put the ball close to the teeth of goals. There's a lead made and a successful pass.
Perfect execution there.
Neil led out into the gap, and no one was in the hole for Hurstbridge, so that's a poor defence. And now Meal is much closer and should make the distance. The angle is still reasonably severe, but a lot easier shot. There's right footer. Puts the ball on its way, just pushes it across a little bit and through for 1 point.
Well,
Umpire Agnew signals that behind.
there was some discussion through the week of what Research would try to do to be able to counteract Hurstbridge's superior skill. I think we've seen it.
Well, I don't think we've seen it. I think Hurstbridge haven't played with superior skill. I think Research have. Oh, there's a good smother by Neil.
Well, we can see some brilliant strategies by Research. They're taking the key players, Hurstbridge's best players, out of the game, and all that left is the other players, and they're being beaten.
Boyden and Milton up again, and taken by Howe. Gets a kick around the boundary line. Just lands inside, and it'll be a free kick to Research.
Another one. What's the free kick count?
Don't know, but it's
about 8-1.
There's the ball back into the forward line. Research in there, picked up by Farquhar. Gets a tap on. It's Johns running onto the ball. Can he get past the Research opponent? So far, so good. But Lachlan Hooper there stops in his tracks. Also, Vlateson gets the kick away on the left. Wades, there's Wallace on the left foot going forward, and Barden overrunning the ball. Mitchell of Hurstbridge throws it onto the right, and Howell there combating with Wallace. Bottled in, Howe gets a hand pass out of the pack, picked up by Boyden of Hurstbridge, who handballs back into trouble. Research with the kick off the ground, and it's Marq's running in. He's going to switch. He's gone switching, looking for Orvad. Orvad's got some competition now, and it's Farquhar, gets a handball out, looking for Bellingham, doesn't reach him. And Aidan Rowe in there for Research, taps the ball out, picked up by Researchers Flynn, way back to Aidan, and kicks the ball forward. Marks for Hurstbridge, tries to spin out of trouble. Mitchell there gets a hand pass, and it's out of bounds. And will be thrown in.
Some appeal for deliberate, but He had nowhere else to handball.
30 metres around from the Research goal. In spins the ball. Middleton perhaps wins a tap out, but it's Howe gets the ball, gets his hand pass away. Grimes gets a quick kick. Picked up by Griguk. Throws the ball onto the left foot, running towards goalward, and it was Wallace and Mitchell. But the ball beat them over the line for one behind.
Well, this is looking a lot like the under-13s game. Very muddy, a lot of smothers, and very unskilled.
Bellingham kicks in looking for his Research player.
Bellingham been moved back to full back.
No, Bellingham's just kicking in, I think, and it's Griguk there battling at Flanagan appeals for the free kick, picked up by Howe. Back to Orvad, who spins onto the right, goes through the centre and looking for space really, and it looks like Damarti battling with Harper. Damarti gets the ball, gets a quick hand pass, but back into trouble. Research's pressure is good at this stage. A pack develops and stops that put forward parry. Umpire lets the play run on for a while, but eventually has to call it when
Again,
no more progress can be made.
Hurstbridge just can't get into their forward line. All their skilled goal kickers are there, but they just can't get it there.
Boyden wins the tap out, looking for Neil. And there's the other Neil, gets a quick kick away. Picked up by Johnson. Onto the left foot. He goes long into the forward line, and that's enough to Atkins there.
That's what I've been talking about.
A little too tall for
They're
the
tall, big markers, big goal kickers. They're there to kick the goals, but they just haven't been able to get the ball. Now you've got a chance to
Not a long way out, probably
skim the lead down to just
10 or 15,
single figures.
10 or 15 metres out. Perhaps 45-degree angle, but shouldn't have
We can
any
clearly
fun.
see it. And a great goal.
Pretty good.
Very valuable, very important, and he gets the goal. Under incredible pressure, this entire team is under pressure to make up for last year and to prove their critics wrong.
Moretti coming on the field for Research, going to take up position in the on the wing, or perhaps in the forward line. Well, yep, he's on the wing and he's been told who his number is, and he goes over and stands with him. Moretti there with Farquhar on the wing.
Overcast conditions.
And here's the bounce again. Nice bounce this time. And tapped down again by Boyden, who's doing all the work. Orvad gets a handball out looking for Atkins, the goal kicker, who goes long into the forward line, but a good mark there by Research. Is that Middleton there? I think it might be.
On the last line of defence there.
Coach calling to kick it around the defensive side.
More good play from Hurstbridge.
And a good mark there by Griggle. Got the front perch and didn't let it go. He
Got to
goes
get
short.
possession, Hurstbridge.
Looking there for Harper, and the ball comes out to Fleets and onto the right foot, and a good mark there by the captain, who centres the ball looking for Barden, but punched away by Mitchell.
Very good play by Mitchell.
Damarti over to McDougall. He goes on the right foot. There's no one there for Hurstbridge, and it'll be a race to the ball. Quick kick off the ground by Van der Riesen. What a long name to read without your glasses. And over and out it goes. Van den Driesen.
Getting towards the 9-minute mark in the second quarter.
Flanagan there battling hard, looking for a handball out, and then a kick off the ground. Comes back towards Farquhar. He throws the ball onto the foot, but Flynn is in there for Research. Gets the ball out to his teammate. There's nearly a mark there to Grimes, but it's Research doing better. Barden tries to get the ball out for Research. Picked up there by Hurstbridge, who scrambled the ball forward. Trying to break out the pack was Flynn, but he was caught too. And the pressure from both sides quite intense as Research failed to break out of the pack. Up goes the ball. And it's Atkins wins the tap out to Hurstbridge, looking for Howe. He's beset upon. Atkins picks up himself. His kick's partly smothered and picked up by Research's Hooper. He gets the ball centres, but Grimes holds them up. Only 20 yards out from goal.
Grimes, the captain.
He goes short. His kick's over, and here's trouble. It's Research backing up nicely, and there's a nice mark there. He had the drop, a good pass.
Good mark.
And is this the player that just came on? No, it's not the player that just came on. Harper.
You need to mark that goal in from Hurstbridge.
And
To undo all the good work they've done this quarter,
Ned
just with
Harper.
one kick.
He looks about 15 to 20 metres out. Right footer. He kicks. And very nice kick, and puts through a goal. That was a steadier that Research wanted.
So, 2 straight 12 Hurstbridge to Research 4-4.
Yes, and Research answering that Hurstbridge challenge.
And the lead back to where it was.
Back in the centre of the ground for a restart of play. It's Atkins, but it's not a good bounce and favours the Research player. Quick kick out of the pack by Rock, throws it on the right foot. There is Barden, bustles Marq's out of the way for Hurstbridge. Picked up by Hurstbridge, Bellingham in there, tries to, but Research have got the numbers. Picked up there by Luke Corse, I think it was.
Big celebration. They know what this means. They know what that's
good
going
snap
on.
at goal. They just seem a little bit quicker on their feet. Hurstbridge standing there looking.
Guess some people that have followed the Hurstbridge team all season would be wondering what the heck's going on. They haven't lost since playing last season in the grand final. They've won every game by very convincing margins.
Well, they're under pressure now, and that was a quick goal. Hurstbridge battled quite strongly in defence, but Research got numbers to the ball and had backup. There's the bounce to the ball.
11-minute mark, second quarter.
Neil for Hurstbridge wins it, tries to pick up, but is well tied up by the V name.
There's still plenty of time for Hurstbridge to get the score to get into the lead.
Atkins gets the ball out to Johns. He's forced to go on the left. He goes long, but well offline and out of bounds.
It's into their 50, that's something.
It would have been nice if he could get on the right foot, but the Research pressure was such that had to use the left. Deep in the forward pocket, Middleton for Research, Boyden for Hurstbridge. There's the throw in, Middleton wins a tap out. Gets the ball down to his fellow teammate. It's in there, Johns comes out with the ball, gets a quick hand pass. Research scooting around the boundary line, do well, picks up and drives the ball back. It's Marq's with the ball. Was he scragged off his pick? No, says the umpire. And also no mark. But it's going to be a free kick to Research.
Another free kick to Research.
And it's Aidan Neal with the ball. He's going to go short. And it's Marq at the back of the pack for Hurstbridge. Ball landing in his arms. He goes wide looking for Neal, who's on his own.
Good mark, by himself, uncontested.
And he centres the ball. Doesn't land in anyone's arms at all. Boyden comes out. He's beaten to the ball. Research trying to get a quick kick off the ground, but again they've got numbers to the ball and not letting the game flow on. They're defending strongly.
Still in their 50.
Atkins is going to be up.
Still hope for Hurstbridge.
That was Rock. Got the tap out. Kick off the ground there. And then a handball from Research. Comes out to Griggle, picks up, backs out of trouble nicely. Looking for an option, but his handball smothered. Picked up by Johnson in there for Hurstbridge, but no room to go. And